Welcome back to another episode. This week, we're going to have a conversation with Matt. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Super excited to have this interview, and let's kick it off with a one-word open. Tell me and the audience right now, what's one word you could use to describe how you're feeling in this moment?
Energized.
I love it. If you could take the next few minutes, give us a good high-level overview of your background, what you stand for as a person, and also tell us about your business, what it's about, who you help, and how you help them. That would be great.
Sure. Well, I spent my entire career helping major brands decode the new consumer. I started off my career by starting a marketing services firm right out of college, originally called Mr. Youth, which is really built to help brands understand and leverage the internet, which at that point had first become sort of a mainstream consumer platform. This is about 2002. Built that agency up over a 12-year period, at which point it was acquired by the Publicis Group. But prior to that, selling the business, spun out a software company originally called CrowdTap, which I rejoined as CEO in 2016, and through a variety of tough decisions, pivoted that business to a company called Suzy, which really is sort of the same premise that the marketing services firm was, which is helping brands reach a younger, the new consumer, except for this platform is really about driving consumer research. And Suzy launched in 2018. It's been sort of off to the races ever since. It's been a great ride, and very fortunate to be surrounded by an amazing team that we have at Suzy and great customers.
That's really great. Tell us more about Suzy. Tell us exactly what you guys do.
Sure. Suzy is an enterprise software platform that allows companies to essentially conduct market research on demand and in real time. It's a two-sided platform. We have a consumer network of over 1 million US consumers who are on an always-on gamified platform on both iOS and Android, where they can earn rewards by giving feedback to brands. On the enterprise side is a software called Suzy, which is licensed by large companies to essentially enable them to conduct direct-to-consumer market research. So any question they have for a specific consumer segment, whether it's what ad do you like the best, why do you buy toothpaste, how much would you spend on this product, you could ask those consumers, and instantly, while you're on a Zoom call, while you're in a meeting, start to get that feedback in either quantitative or qualitative form to help drive your decision-making.
That's outstanding. I mean, just to back up a second, what an amazing journey you've had through your career as an entrepreneur, and also what an amazing company that you're working on and leading right now. So that's really cool. Let's shift over to wins. If you could share with the audience and I, a recent win that you encountered in your business, and tell us your takeaway from it.
Yeah. So a recent win that we had was last year, we closed our Series D round of financing from HIG Capital. It was a long and arduous process. Despite the headlines you might read, raising capital is never easy. It takes a lot out of you, and there's a lot of rejections you have to deal with, and a lot of late nights and pulling information together. And I think what I learned is something that has been reinforced throughout my career, which is that perseverance always wins. And every no gets you closer to yes, so to speak. And going through that process both humbled me and sort of energized me for the future of this company.
I love that. That's so inspiring. And also, thanks for sharing that with us.
Of course.
Let's talk about the opposite side of that. So tell us a recent failure, and when you came through and got through it, so to speak. What was your takeaway?
I guess what pops to mind is towards the end of last year, we lost a key customer. It was something that was unexpected, and we were blindsided by it. And I think the learning there was, you could really never take any customer relationship for granted. It's a highly competitive market. There are always other companies out there in your space that are gunning for your business. And you always have to be, acting as if you're one day away from losing a customer, and try to do everything you can to over deliver, even if you're in a software, organization.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Tell us about how the pandemic has impacted your business. And then once you identified, and like all of us, right, just impacted everybody in the world, unfortunately. And tell us how you pivoted, because you mentioned pivoting earlier in your business as well. But I would love to hear how you pivoted because of the pandemic.
Well, I mean, our business had to change rapidly, like every other one during the pandemic. First and foremost, we moved to a completely remote environment, and just fostering and driving collaboration and communication and alignment in a remote environment was something that we all had to get used to at first. We had to sort of reinvent our operating system as a company, so to speak, so we can work more effectively together. We also changed our go-to-market strategy, whether it was relying more heavily on digital versus live events, really leaning into content marketing. But ultimately, as a software company that allows companies to conduct market research from anywhere, where you don't need to have kind of the research subjects or participants right there in person, I think it really, facilitated an acceleration of our business model and definitely drove more tailwinds and headwinds for our business.
Awesome. Thank you. And tell us your point of view on thought leadership. I would love to hear, from someone like yourself as a thought leader, what is your take on like the top 3 things someone must absolutely own and like just, crush it in order to be considered a thought leader?
Well, first and foremost, you have to just put out content. And, I've been through spans of my career where I've put out content consistently and then other spans where I haven't. Part of it is just based upon what I'm focused on at that given time. Some of the real great thought leaders are ones that always push out content and never sort of relent from it. And I think that, just like anything else, that persistency, that consistency in pushing out content is what makes them well known. But at the same time, you also have to have a distinct point of view. You also have to, you have to not be afraid to put out the way that you feel about the world and business and society and culture. And you are going to have to deal with people who, have dissenting opinions and who might be haters, so to speak, but that can't stop you from telling people how you think and feel. And that's ultimately at the heart of what it means to be a thought leader.
That's really inspiring to hear, because if you're out to make a strong impact, you can't let other extra noise like bother you. You just got to stay on your mission
100%.
and drive that impact. That's well said, Matt. Talk about company culture. So let us know your position on, top 3 things, like 1, 2, 3. These are the things you have to have as a company in order to come up, the end result being an awesome culture. What would that look like?
As I've scaled this organization and certainly have been a CEO of other companies in the past, it's been clear to me that culture can be a secret weapon if leveraged the right way. Because ultimately, at the heart of any great organization is great people. But no matter how talented people are, they have to be motivated to work for you and drive output, or else you're not going to see those results that you want for your business. I think the key to your company culture is, one, don't allow, the wrong type of people into the organization that could create, really a downward spiral and create a low bar for what it means to have respect and what it means to be sort of a highly engaged employee. So no matter how important somebody is to your business results, if they're wrong for your culture, you can't hesitate to get rid of them. I think you can't be afraid to empower people at earlier stages in their career to take on roles that they might not otherwise have an opportunity to gain. We've been able to promote people with reckless abandon in our organization who at other companies, based on their tenure or experience, would never have those experiences. And more often than not, it's worked out. So when you see somebody super talented, doesn't matter how old they are, doesn't matter what their experience is, if you think they can do the job, then it always makes more sense to empower them instead of looking from the outside. And I would say number 3 is over communicating your goals. We've been effective at really trying to simplify our KPIs as a company every single year and just hammering them in, over and over and over again. So people know why they're coming into work each day and what success looks like.
That's perfect. You said a magic word for me, why. So I'd love to ask, this is the last question. Tell us your why. Like, what is your ultimate, like, high level why you do this, why you get up in the morning? What is your why, Matt?
Sure. I mean, I love the idea of having an idea or a concept for a business and seeing it come to fruition, having a vision and then actually going out and building that thing in the real world and seeing it impact people, seeing it impact companies, seeing it give people employment opportunities. To me, that's what I get most excited about.
That's awesome. It seems like you're very successful at driving impact in the way that you want to. So that's really cool. Here we are at the end. If you could take this opportunity to give out your website address, your social handles, if people have any questions and want to follow up or just simply want to find out more information about your company, please go and give those out now.
Sure. I mean, you can learn more about Suzy at suzy.com. You can learn more about me at mattbritton.com, mattbritton.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at mattyb, mattyb.
Awesome. Here we are at the final close. So what's your one word close? And when you tell us this one word, tell us why you're choosing to sign off with it.
I would say grateful. Yeah, I just feel very grateful for the people who have impacted my career and the people I get to come into work with every single day. And I'm obviously very grateful for my family and friends as well.
Awesome. Matt, this has been a privilege. Thank you very much for the meaningful conversation.
Thank you.